G'day beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Jackal. He's the final boss of Venus and the first boss that players encounter from the Corpus faction. So, we're going to go over for newer players what I recommend using and the tiny bit of strategy that's needed to actually get through it. And we might just touch on suggestions for later game encounters with Jackal when he's at a higher level, because you can encounter him in things like the Kuva floods, where he'll be level 100. So let's get started. We're going to take Excalibur today because he is one of the 3 starting frames. We're going to be using the Prisma Gorgon. Obviously I don't expect newer players to have this, but I don't actually have my standard Gorgon built. I deleted it a while ago to make room. So I have the Gorgon Wraith, which actually might be the better option, but the Prisma Gorgon isn't even ranked up, so we're going to use that. I am going to take my Dex Furious and my Guando with me, because I don't intend to sit there for half an hour shooting him with the Prisma Gorgon. It's not going to take anywhere near that long. Don't read too much into that. It's just in case I get bored and I want to just delete him. We'll take the Dex Furious. Okay, so he is found on Venice and he is at the location known as Fossa. Okay, so he's over here at Fossa. There is people actually in there, so we'll put it to friends only and we will load in. Okay, so looking at the Jackal, he is made up of robotics, a proto shield because he is a boss, and alloy armor. So what I really recommend, especially if you're doing this in the later game sections, is to take radiation damage. Magnetic will definitely help you get his shield down, but his proto shield is not resistant to radiation, and his alloy armor and robotic skin is weak to radiation. But apart from that, you can take magnetic damage if you just want to deal with his shield a lot easier. So we'll go and kill him and then we'll talk about potential rewards. Oh my god, been a long time since I've used a Gorgon. One thing to as well, when we finish, we'll talk about the rewards, but this is where you get parts for Rhino. Rhino is a very good frame, especially for early game. Once you don't really even need to mod him too much. You pretty much just press your 2, which is your square ability on PS4, and you will receive damage mitigation in the form of 100 points of, let's just say that it's armor. And as you take damage, those points will go down, eventually getting to 0, and then you can take damage again. It's a very, very good frame. A lot of people use it in later game content. It's good for things like the index runs to get yourself cash. I'm just going to let him get scanned. So you just need to get into range of him. We're going to scan him again. So if there's multiple people, you'll need to get in range. And then what you need to do is you actually need to take a limb out, and then he will drop down and you can take out, or we'll start firing at his head. So we'll just clear those guys out. As you can see, it's not that bad. We are taking a lot of damage. My gosh. So it's not that bad to actually get these limbs down. It's just a matter of just keep wailing and actually aim at the limb. Then you drop down, aim at the head. And we're not going to get any damage in here, are we? And then just knock another limb down. Let's just get out of the way, get this thing reloaded. And that is another one of his abilities. So he has like Gatling guns, he has those little mines that he will throw out. He also has heat-seeking missiles, which is probably one of the things you really need to worry about the most, because they do quite a lot of damage and they will not leave you alone. You can manage to get them to land on these pillars and explode on the pillars, which is probably your best bet. So it's just a matter of just keep doing that. So we'll finish it up because I'm sure you can see. And he didn't take any damage. Awesome. And that is his other ability. So there's his ground slam, which will knock you over, and these are his homing missiles, which are coming straight at me. So I tend to just do that, just sit by the side of the pillar, let them come at you, and then, oh god, he's getting knocked down so fast that I'm not realising he's knocked down. And there he is, dead. Okay, so there's one of the rewards. That's probably actually the best mod that you can get drop off in, the blunderbuss mod, crit chance for shotguns. And I am moving like a muppet. I don't tend to like to move around super fast while I'm recording videos because I feel like it's hard to watch sometimes. Not all the time, but a lot of videos that I watch, it gets a little bit frustrating watching people just blitz around the screen. And especially when they're on PC and you can't see a goddamn thing that is happening. But we'll get to the exit and we'll talk about rewards. Okay, so we're at the end. So as I said, you will get, as you see there, we got Rhino Chassis. You will get one of the 3 Rhino parts. Once you have all those parts, you get the blueprint by actually going to the marketplace and buying the blueprint. But as far as mods go, you can get, as we said, Blunderbuss, which is actually probably the best one that you can get because the rest are Ruin Extension, not that great. Shell Compression, not that great. Tactical Pump, not that great. Handspring, definitely not that great. And Shock Absorbers, not that great. Apart from that, he can drop Field Drawn Samples, Oricon Cells, and the Jackal Sigil. So that is all of his stuff. And then, of course, upon completing that, you will get marked by the Stalker if you're not already. So what I would tend to do if I was in later game, one thing to note is that he's not really drastically affected by many abilities. He can't be distracted by Loki's clone or anything like that. He can't be distracted by Saren's little spore protection doohickey thingamajiggoos. What I do for later game content is I actually just go in there with Rhino because screw it. You can just cop so much damage. And I take in Tigris Prime with radiation damage. So you can see it's not the greatest build in the world. I still need to go ahead and format this again. Or format it. So we have Charge Shell Incendiary Coat, which is giving us radiation damage, and then I have Blaze on there just to get the extra 60% damage to all of my stats, plus an extra 60% heat. Contagious Spread, just because I like running Toxin on most of my stuff. It's not going to help against his robotic skin, but it will do extra damage against its shield and standard damage against his skin. So we have Hell's Chamber on there, Point Blank, and Vigilant Armaments. Obviously, if you don't have Vigilant Armaments, Hell's Chamber, Blaze, it's not really an issue. Just get your Point Blank on there. Try to get yourself some radiation for early game. You'll be fine. But end game, I'm assuming you would have pretty much all of this stuff. And then on top of that, what I would probably do is... See, I don't really know what else I would add on here. Normally, I would run Hunter's Munitions on the Tigris. It's not really that necessary, but you could just go for something like Shredder, just add an extra 30% slash damage because slash is the predominant IPS stat on this weapon. Apart from that, you can really use anything. Soma Prime, Soma, the Heck, any sort of shotgun will do really, really well. The Arcoplasmor for very late game content is actually really good. Just drills all of his legs at once, so that's another good option. I'm sure you can figure out things to run, but I recommend running radiation damage simply for the fact that it deals with the alloy armor that he has pretty well, so it does a lot of damage. And yeah, that is Mr. Jackal from Fossa. So we talked about what to use, we talked about rewards, we covered everything, I'm pretty sure. So just have a quick look at who is up next. I'm pretty sure the next one is the Mars boss, because we have covered Mercury's technically the first boss, then you have Venus. Earth is a later game boss. So we'll be going to Mars next, which will be on War. Yes. So War is Lieutenant Let Krill. Yeah, it's where things kind of start to get a little bit interesting with some mechanics and stuff. So keep tuned for that. Apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, leave me a comment if you have any questions whatsoever, if I didn't cover something or you just weren't too clear on something that I was saying. And subscribe if you're not already. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.